BBC weather full of bollocks once again. Gonna have to leave my washing out a bit longer because it's ended up raining. What the hell's that about? They're saying it's meant to be dry, 0% chance of rain. Tuesday, I was originally planning on getting out for a TT VO2 max session today, so it would have been 8 by 5 minutes. And then 3 by 1 minutes as well, anaerobic efforts. But I mean, I was stalling a little bit because I wasn't feeling great. My stomach's still feeling a bit off, just a bit of a tummy ache. And then it's like raining, even though the forecast is saying it's meant to be bone dry and lovely and sunny. What I've decided to do is crack on with my gym session first, and then I think I'll do just a zone 2 ride on the turbo today because the stomach's not feeling right, and I mean the weather's not even looking great, but the weather's meant to be good tomorrow. But do I trust BBC weather now? Probably not. It's mainly an issue for my fucking clothes. Like that's the second time in like a week that I've left them out because it's meant to be dry and then they just get absolutely drenched. But oh well. First world problems. Bash out this gym session. Bit of a different stimulus. Have something to eat. Hopefully the tummy aches calm down by then, and then just get some zone 2 done on the turbo. And then hopefully feeling better tomorrow and get out for my VO2 max session. Also want to do a threshold session this week, and then I've got the ECCA 50 miler in Cambridge on Sunday. Should be a good week, but just delaying my VO2 max session by a day. Keep it at the maintenance level so I don't get so domsy. So I won't be domsy on Sunday. Get it done on Tuesday as well rather than Thursday. So yeah, nice and early. Well, hopefully the weather's right for Sunday and we actually get good conditions, not this shit. Maybe I'm like a farmyard animal. I think it's sheep. They know when like the bad weather's coming or something. So maybe that's why I got the stomach ache, because I knew that the bad weather was coming even though the forecast said 0% rain, nice and sunny. We'll get out and do the session tomorrow, so it's all good. Tapping away, doing some zone 2, reverting to the old position of just sinking down and not trying to push against the arm pad cups to narrow my shoulders, as it wasn't completely cut and dry, like every run was faster, but all the faster runs were the baselines with the relaxed position based on the data, which I feel like the data was quite good. I know I was consistent on the day. The relaxed position is faster, which is weird, but could make sense. Just being relaxed, I'm just naturally able to tuck in down, get my head a bit lower, rather than being so strained. Just spending some time on the turbo. Stomach's still feeling a little bit weird, but not horrific. So able to just tap away, get some zone 2 miles in. Sunshine has come out finally. Weird day. But yeah, hopefully I'm feeling good tomorrow and then get out and do my VO2 max session, which should be good. Right, stomach still isn't quite right this morning, but I'm gonna crack on regardless and have a go at my session. I mean, it's absolutely baking hot outside. Just even getting my shorts on, it's like so hot. Just sweating indoors. But yeah, I'll get out for the session, see how it is. Might be a write-off, but you know, got to give it a try. If it's a write-off, then probably take it chill for the rest of the week. Then hopefully I'm okay for Sunday for the 50 miler. Be optimistic that it'll be a good session. Yeah, get out there and see how it is. So should be good. Right, crack on with it. Bit of a disappointing session there. Can't lie, but just have to put it behind me. I mean, certain factors weren't in my favour today, but you know, we got out there and had a good crack at the session, and legs weren't really where I wanted them to be. Wednesday today, planning on training Thursday, Friday, rest day Saturday, and then I got a 50 miler on Sunday. So what I'm thinking now for Thursday, Friday is just ride to field, get some zone 2 miles in, recovery spin on the turbo on Saturday, maybe an opener ride if I'm feeling back to normal. But yeah, obviously something's not quite right and I don't really know what it is. I mean, I've got this upset stomach, but there's nothing irregular. I haven't been feeling sick. Downstairs hasn't been really an issue, no different to normal. I'm not entirely sure what this stomach thing is. It felt all right on the bike, to be honest. Felt pretty bad this morning, and I'm sure it'll feel a bit weird for the rest of the day. But when I was out on the bike, I mean, it didn't feel like that was. It wasn't like, oh, I'm feeling really uncomfortable in position, because it's quite straining on your core, obviously. yeah, just felt like the legs just didn't really have the power that I wanted them to have. I mean, for this sort of session, so I was aiming for 8 by 5 minutes and trying to lift the power on the previous few weeks of VO2 max sessions. So like 6-minute efforts and 8-minute efforts. For my 8-minute efforts and 6-minute efforts, I was doing like a little bit over 10 mile of power, so a little bit over 440 watts. So today I was expecting to be a decent amount over 10 mile of power. But the first one, maybe I went out too hard on my first one and killed myself a little bit, because I did like 460, 470, and then the other ones I was struggling to keep it at 435, which is what I did for the 10 miler and my 10 mile effort last week. But yeah, it was very hot today. I mean, pushing on 30 degrees, and with my upset stomach, like I'm obviously not quite right. So it was still a decent effort. I decided to call it 6 efforts, 6 by 5 minutes. I was giving myself good rest in between, like 8 minutes or something. And then I completely scrapped off my planned anaerobic efforts. I was planning on doing 8 by 5 minutes and then 3 by 1 minute. Didn't bother with the 1 minute. So I was thinking, maybe I can do them, and maybe that energy system won't be completely spent, and I can still do a good 600, 700 watt minute effort. But I was like, no, if I'm not feeling right and I've cut my session short by 2 reps, like doing those anaerobic efforts isn't going to help. So like, I was trying fucking hard for that session. Like I swear, like every rep I was getting up to 180 BPM. So I was trying hard, but just the power just wasn't where I wanted it to be. And like I say, just not feeling quite right. Not feeling bad at all. Not feeling ill or anything. Just not quite feeling there. So like I say, just I think the best course of action is just to err on the side of caution, rest up a little bit, and just easy miles in the bank, and then see how we go on Sunday. Hopefully I'm feeling good by Sunday and I can put down a really good time, get close to competition record, because it's on a faster course than the national champs in Wales. And obviously John broke the competition record there, and I was like the 4th fastest person ever over 50 miles. Interesting to see how fast the course is in Cambridge, and if it's possible to get close to that 130 mark, sub 130. I mean, if I'm feeling good and I can put down my 390 watts with my better aero than I had at the national champs, like I think it's possible. But let's just hope for that. But yeah, like I say, probably take it easy the rest of this week. Oh, it happens. It happens. I think I'm being sensible though. Just like, obviously I'm not feeling right, so no need to just keep smashing it. If I can't get that session done, then trying to get my threshold session that I was planning on doing this week. I was planning on doing a VO2 max session, a threshold session, and then my 50 miler on Sunday. But I delayed this session because I wasn't feeling right yesterday. Also did my gym yesterday, so maybe my legs are a little bit heavy from that. This current state, I don't think 2 sessions in a race in a week is going to be good for me. So I'll leave it at that. Rest up for Sunday and hopefully come around for that. Right, tummy was feeling a bit better yesterday evening. Kind of after my ride, it generally all felt better. When the last few days it got bad in the evening again. Definitely hungry this morning, so tried porridge for the 3rd day in a row and my normal ass breakfast and see if it's alright. Quite a nice day, isn't it? Look at that. Heading up Fiddlers, never not hard work. Yeah, 2 hours 20 in, be about 3 hours for the ride. Good work. Tummy's definitely feeling better as well. Like a little bit weird, but obviously I'm very aware of it at the moment. But feels like almost back to normal. So should be fine in the next few days to put down a good time at the 50 miler on Sunday. Warm, but not nearly as bad as yesterday, so 20 odd. Getting out for some more zone 2 today in the lovely Bradfield. Enjoy the views and the sunshine. Stomach's still not quite right. Bit achy after my breakfast this morning. It was fine after breakfast yesterday. And after my dinner it was achy, and then achy again this morning. So hopefully just a bit of a weird stomach bug that's hanging around a bit long. See how it goes on Sunday, and then if it's hanging around, then book into the GP and try and figure out what it is, but hopefully just something minor. Yeah, get another 3 hours in the saddle today. Can't not with views like this. Lovely blue skies. I know my stomach's the worst it's been since Monday morning, so I'm going to try and have a nap and see if that helps. There we go, nice little opener session for tomorrow's 50 miler, and I'm hoping to feel good for it. I'm definitely feeling a little bit better today. I'm so conscious about my stomach at the moment that I'm like, I woke up, I'm feeling, normally it's like hurting a little bit after I eat breakfast, but then I wake up this morning and it's hurting already, and I'm like, well, is that because I'm hungry, or... So after breakfast it generally felt alright, better than it has been for sure, better than yesterday, and certainly much better than Tuesday when first got these symptoms. This kind of fucked up the week a little bit, but you know, not like an illness, because I still managed to train through it, so hopefully the rest, just easy riding has done me good, and then I'll have a good ride tomorrow. Opener ride, 3 minutes on maximum fatigue tests, heavy legs, RPE 8, time to exhaustion 14 minutes maybe, very sweaty tempo, 15 minutes absolutely sweating my balls off, and then a couple of 2x1 minutes, just under 600 watts, like 585 or so. Those are hard, but they're meant to be hard. But yeah, feeling good that I'm able to like get that sort of stimulus done, like push hard for a minute. So I think I'm definitely feeling better than, well, however I've done all week, especially my session on Wednesday, where I was originally planning on doing 3x1 minute, and I'm like, that stimulus is not going to do me any good if I've had to cut back my session already. Happy with that, about normal for an opener's ride. Normally don't feel good for the indoor stimulus, really struggling in the heat. So yeah, I'll see how I get on tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Having to drape my quick dry towel in a really weird way because after the tempo, I absolutely drenched it. Right, suited and booted, let's head to the start. I've got like 23 minutes, so yes, quite brisk, but it's warming up as the sun's coming out, so I think it's a lovely day for it. Nice low wind, so it should be a really fast day. Yeah, that number's fine. Yeah, bit of a lighter breakfast and then not trying to smash back the carbs, not feeling like it. But my stomach's felt fine this morning, so yeah, no reason why I can't do a good time, but yeah, get out there and see. Looking forward to it. Right, time to get on the road and head home. There we go, home now. A bit over a 20-hour round trip, probably like 5.5, getting on 6 hours of driving. Massive thank you to David Halliday on my team, who I was able to stay over with last night, as he's very local to the course. So me and another rider, Ben Williams, we came down last night, stayed with him, and then I actually got a decent amount of sleep, to be fair. I went to bed. We went to bed at 9. I was like, okay, I'm going to be lying awake for hours, but got to bed at fell asleep around 10:30. Almost got like 7 hours of sleep. Yeah, really not too bad. And then a bit of a light breakfast, continuing experimenting with that. So got up at 5:30, had breakfast around 6, and I was off at just before 8. So having something to eat 2 hours before, and then didn't eat. Had a couple of swigs of sugar and salt water. Before the start, and then had that in my bottle as well. I had a bag of Haribos that I was planning on having some of, but stomach was like, no, leave it. And for me, I'm like, yeah, I'd rather, after throwing up at the 100, it's like I'm not benefiting from smashing back the carbs in the morning. Like if I can't digest them, like it's not doing me much good. Like I'll rely on the stored muscle glycogen from what I've eaten the day before, and especially the night before. So yeah, didn't bother with the Haribos. Had a few swigs of sugar water. Had a swig at halfway, and yeah, that was about it. And felt absolutely fine in terms of carbs. Just get them in a little bit beforehand and a little bit afterwards for an hour and a half of riding. It's not too bad. My Haribos, I left them in the car and it heated up, and I was like, I'll tuck into them on the way back, and they were just an absolute melted mess. They were disgusting. So when I stopped at the services, I put them in the bin. Mixed feelings. I'm just happy everyone got round safely, because yeah, I mean, I was feeling a bit weird before the start, thinking about this course, and apparently they're not going to run these versions of the course anymore. And even if they were, I don't think I'd be keen on riding them. Yeah, just felt a bit too busy out on the A14 especially. Like, didn't feel particularly safe, to be honest. But yeah, we all got around safely. One car like cut in on me and beat me, but yeah, when the speeds are that high, it's like when that happens on the country roads when I'm out training, it's just like, oh, whatever, asshole. And to be honest, the speeds that out on the country roads, like 50, 60 mile an hour, like I could get seriously hurt or even get killed. But the thing, I feel like if you get hit on the dual carriageway, like, yeah, like, and I've probably, yeah, it's not going to be good. And I'm not completely against dual carriageway. I think I'll be more specific about them from now on. Like, I didn't like the 3-lane section of road. The 2-lane dual carriageway section part of the course, I thought that was fine, to be honest. But yeah, the 3-lane bit, really didn't enjoy that, and it was super busy out there. Going forward, it would be like dual carriageway courses. I'd like them to be quieter. Definitely 2-lane only, and then also like primarily 10-milers. Like, I feel better when I'm going faster and I'm just like getting it all out there, emptying the tank for 18 minutes or so, and then you're off the carriageway. I don't think I mind that. But for a 50-miler, like, you're out there for so long, you're out there for an hour and a half, and yes, you're still going fast. But you're not like pushing. Like, I feel like I'm just like pushing so I can get it over with as soon as possible, because I'm just not enjoying riding on those roads. It just didn't feel right today. But yeah, I did a very quick time, improved on my time from the national champs in Wales by minute and 20 seconds. So lowered it from 1:33.50 to 1:32.5. And that was after, I mean, the power was decent, considering how I felt this week with my stomach. Stomach still not quite right, but clearly haven't lost all my fitness, which is good. I was only like 7 watts down on Wales, but the main thing was I really struggled in position today, really suffering with saddle sores. I got to the turn and I'm like considering, like, okay, do I exit the course here and find a safer way back to HQ? The course today was the E2/50 D2, which is a slightly different variation of the standard 50C. So basically what you do is you do the E210 course, which is on the A11, and then you continue on the A11, which merges with the A14 and then turns back to the A11. Then we do a turnaround onto the A11, merge with the A14, and then back onto the A11 for the E210 to finish. So the E210 is this standard dual carriageway, 2 lanes, and it's a very popular fast 10-miler course. And for that section of road, felt absolutely fine. Lower traffic, and yeah, it feels it's like a normal dual carriageway course, that one. But yeah, that section where you merged with the A14, it was, yeah, too busy for my liking. Even though I'm off that bit of the carriageway by just after 9 o'clock, like, yeah, it was still silly busy. And I wasn't enjoying myself riding on it, to be honest. Like, as soon as I got onto it, I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, yeah, it just felt like riding on a motorway. And yeah, thankfully it was all safe. There's one section on the way back where a van, I don't know what happened, if they were just being an arsehole or if they moved out into the other lane and encroached on someone else, but someone blasted their horn, and the van came past me, not close, but like halfway over the lane rather than giving me the full width. And And yeah, that was just a confirmation of like, well, yeah, this is just a bit weird. Like, but the main thing was just how busy the road was. But other than that, like, all the cars given plenty of room, and like the lorries, absolutely perfect. Like, always moved across to the second lane. Everyone got round safe, so that's the main thing. But for me, yeah, wasn't a fan of the free lane. And I think partly what that is like on a standard dual carriageway, you've only got to focus about. So you can't do anything about the cars that overtake you. You just need to make sure you're holding your line and not doing anything irrational. But cars are either going to overtake you in the other lane, or they're going to be in your lane and then either fully move across the other lane or like partially move across, but making that overtake. Whereas when you're on the free lane dual carriageway, there's those two lanes plus the other lane, and so it just means the traffic flow is like a bit more complicated. Like, just driving home on the road, I'm like, I see people doing like dumb shit, cutting in on each other for like just unnecessary risk, and that, I feel like that just happens. It just felt like there was that to keep track of, and like, it's like when you're driving on the motorway and you're like, oh, what is this middle lane hogger? But then at the same time, it's like, for overtaking us, like, you want people to be hogging the middle lane. So yeah, it was just a bit weird, like, and I just wanted to get it over with as soon as possible. And I decided to, once I made it half, I felt good up until halfway. Power was obviously down on the national, but that's to be expected. Relatively aero, especially for the E210 start off with, my aero was really good, but I definitely compromised my aero as soon as I got onto the free lane carriageway. Like, I was keeping my head, like, I don't do heads down riding at all, but I was keeping my head further up just so I like can see exactly what's going on, sort of thing. The first 20 odd K, really good aero, and then after that my aero was not as good, just because I'm like, yeah, the first half I felt good for it, but I was already like, yeah, I'm not a fan of riding on this free lane dual carriageway. So I was like, am I gonna bail out and get back to HQ on the back roads? But you know, I did the turn and I was like, okay, we'll just crack on with it. And then after that, the saddle sores started coming through. Pushed hard to get off my main goal was basically just to get off the A14, so get that section out the way, and get back onto the E210 section, the A11. And once I did that, I'm like, okay, cool. And then it was just, okay, just got a 10 miler to do basically. But by that point, my saddle sores were pretty bad. And I managed to mitigate it by, I can do this thing where I basically ride out of the saddle. So I'm still in position, but I just raise myself a little bit out the saddle, so I'm kind of just floating, like my legs and stuff still brush up against the saddle. It's not completely out the saddle, probably like half a centimetre or a centimetre tops above the saddle, and I stick it in a lower gear, so I'm like lower cadence, bigger gear, so I can like keep myself elevated out the saddle just to relieve that pressure a little bit, because this course was fast, because you did 7.5 miles to the turn, and then you're on the carriageway until 26 miles before the turn, and then after that turn you're on the carriageway until 45 miles. Like, you don't have those little micro rests to just like sit up into the base bar and just relieve the pressure from your from the sit bones. So yeah, I think that was the main reason why I started suffering. And yeah, aero was getting worse and worse, but power was decent, and I decided to push on for, especially once I got onto the E210 bit. I was like, okay, this feels fine, safe, and I decided to finish it off. And yeah, I knew it was a fast day, and I was still going relatively well, so managed to do a PB by a minute 20, and it's like, yeah, PB, woo. But the only thing is just like, I wasn't enjoying a lot of the course, just because, yeah, I just didn't enjoy riding on the A14, to be honest. Lets me know that it's like, okay, this is where everyone has their line of like what's comfortable for them. like apparently they used to run this course at like much later in the day. It's what you're comfortable with, and like I don't mind riding on dual carriageways. But I think I'd draw the line there. Like I wasn't comfortable on the 3-lane dual carriageway today. It felt a bit weird, and to be honest, at the first dual carriageway race I did this year in Nottingham on the A46, that felt really busy. Like that felt pretty ridiculous. For a busy dual carriageway, I feel like I'd only want to do a 10-miler on it. Like I'd be happy to do the E210 or the A10/3, but like doing the longer version. So I don't know if I want to do the A25/33 again. We'll see what happens. I managed to hold my course record on that. There's been 3 events on it this year. I got the course record on the first event, and then Duggleby won the next one. Richard Oakes won yesterday, and they haven't managed to break the record. But even if it goes, I don't think I care. Or maybe it's a one-off. But yeah, I feel like doing a 10-miler where I'm just like full gas and I'm off the carriageway in 18 minutes, I wouldn't mind. But a 25-miler is a lot longer, and a 50-miler even, that would be... Yeah, but like I did the V718 in Hull last week, and that was beautiful because it was... Yes, we're back on the A63, but doing it at 7 o'clock in the morning, we were all off the carriageway by 9 o'clock, and it was very quiet, which meant... It's just such a double-edged sword. People they like the courses because not just because they're dual carriageway smooth surface. It's because they like the traffic, because they like going like it fast. But then there's the extra risk, and it's like I enjoyed the V718 with the low traffic, and it's a more honest race as well. Levens last year, I thought that was absolutely fine. The F2 last year, I thought that's a very safe dual carriageway as well. Thinking about doing the F1110 at the end of the year. Not sure what that's like. You kind of just have to ride it to see what it's like. Like the R50 for the national champs in Wales, that seemed all right, but we did start earlier than typical. And I did notice, like by the end of the event, that traffic was really picking up. So at the standard 2 o'clock start time, I don't know what traffic would be like. Some people don't ride dual carriageways at all, and I understand why. But yeah, just having some thoughts and thinking about like what I'm happy with doing and like which events I'm happy to do. But yeah, happy to get round today. Happy to get a little PB. Doesn't bump my ranking in the fastest 50 mile time trialist ever. I was already 4th fastest. I've improved my PB by 1:20, and I think that leaves me 4th fastest still behind Ross to Marcin and John. Just happy to get around and then chill out for the rest of the day. Fucking need to get some cream on my saddle sores. Oh, my legs are so crampy. I don't think it's cramp because cramp is when... Cramp should just be like one leg, but my legs are just absolutely cooked, mate. 380 watts for an hour and a half, like, and I'm leaving my FTP set at 380 on Training Peaks. Fuck changing that. So yeah, 150 TSS odd. Yeah, my legs are pretty tired to say the least, but yeah, good ride. Ah yes, the post-TT chaos. Clean up time.